Dear Hector, today I decided there wasn't much point staying indoors, listening to the gas fire hiss and annoying my good lady. So instead I have headed up to Cumbria, but not to the lakes, as that will be busier than Sainsbury's this weekend. So let's see what fun we can have. The weather is okay and the spirits are high. As Keats said, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases, it will never pass into nothingness. Welcome on board Tito the Troddler. Hello and welcome to Tito the Troddler. As you can see, I've got the Lake District behind me and I've set off on a little walk from the little village of Backstone, which is in Cumbria. In fact, it's about 3 or 4 miles outside Appleby Mall, and it's the first time I've ever driven through Appleby Mall today, where they have the Appleby Fair every year, and I've got to say, a really lovely little place. So I look forward to obviously going back there sometime. And we're just below what is known as Dufton Pike, and we're going up the side of it in a place called Puss Gill. I think we're going up the side of, and we're going up onto the top, and we've got there's some tarns at the top which I've got a bit of information to tell you about. But yeah, Seymour Tarn, and I can't remember the name of the other two, it'll come to me when I get up there. But yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy this trip. We've got some really lovely things to see, and a real treat tomorrow. In we're going to be travelling over to Hike Up Nick, which should be quite spectacular. So welcome on board, and I hope you enjoy this. Right, we're 2/3 of the way up. It's been a good walking so far. Path all the way up, so really steady. A little bit of a pull, but not difficult, nowhere near as difficult. And my pack's not too bad neither. I mean, the only downside is my B3 filter's got some holes in it, so I couldn't really bring it with me anyway. It was going to be a right pain in the neck, so I tried to tape it up and wipe it, and that didn't work, so I might have to carry my water in, so it's a bit of a pain, but hopefully tomorrow morning it'll be a bit easier when I drop a couple of litres. But yeah, other than that, it's been absolutely fabulous. So just got this last pull to do, and then we should be on top hopefully for about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Just get tent pitched, and then start to relax. Maybe if I get enough sunlight, if I can get up there before I lose light, and then I might get drawn up for a little while and have a little play. But yeah, so far so good. Right, we finally topped out, well, almost topped out now. So a great Rundale Tarn, as you can see behind me, and quite a thing. So that's great Rundale Tarn, and there's little Rundale Tarn, and there's Seymour Tarn. And I watched a video recently, and I'd like to give a shout out to a guy called Reese Garrard, who's done some really great videos around this neck of the woods. And he gets talking about how tarns have sort of come about, and they always come from Ice Age. And what it is that snow will have dropped into this sort of area here on some sort of side of a mountain or side of a hill. And obviously it'll turn to ice, and because of Ice Age, it obviously didn't thaw out, it just kept accumulating. The weight of it caused a dip and obviously created a body of water, and then this ice just kept growing and growing and growing. And sometimes they could be 200 to 300 metres high, and then obviously what they do is shift down the valley, and it's them that created obviously the valleys that gouged its way out just with the weight of the ice. So quite a thing. But yeah, and they call it a corrie, which is obviously an indentation. So that's come from Reese. So really great information. I'm clueless on stuff like this, but it's really good to learn. So yeah, thank you, Reese. Right, this is a fella, I don't know what name. I was a cane there, and there's a trig point over there, so we'll wander over there, and then I don't think we're far away from Little Randale Tarn and Seymour Tarn, so we'll drop down onto them, try and see if we can find a pitch. I've got a guy going around the corner, I don't know if it's a farmer, and there's a few shooting up, so I hope they're not going to come back up and kick me off, but I'm hopeful that they'll just leave me alone. But look, sun's just come out, and looking over to the lakes, absolutely stunning. Fells all over. I think that's Ingleborough. I'm not sure. I think that might be Whernside, so I'm guessing. So don't hold me to it. But yeah, quite impressive up here. Very nice. I hope you can hear me all right, because I lost my wind muff. Yeah, so I'm over at this trig point. I'm going to have to find out what this thing's. But I tell you what, this thing's a bit precarious. Look at that. That is on its last legs. So, right, we've got a wonderful night up here now. I'm pitched up. I'm really happy. Sun's out, beautiful, looking over at Lake District. So I've just got my drone charging to see with its firmware, and then I can also go flying. So I'm going to go flying in a moment. But just sort of give you a quick look at the tent, because this is obviously the Notch Li or Lee, and I have modified it. So we've gone with Illeberg cord, which is just a little bit stronger. And I've also added these sort of patches on. The great thing about Dyneema is they'll stick straight on. It's just absolutely brilliant. So now tent's really taut, which is great. I mean, there's no wind tonight anyhow, but I was a bit umming and ahhing whether to bring this tent or not, because I'm still a little bit worried it's too small for me. But to be honest with you, for weight saving, in fact, the fact now I'm sat in it and it's taut outside, there's more than enough room. It's a little bit coffin-like inside, shall I say, but there's enough room, and to be honest with you, I'm not tired. Couldn't care less, but I'm actually really pleased with it. So I think in good weather, this is a great tent. So I'm hoping we'll have a good night tonight. But yeah, weather's fantastic, so that's the main thing. Right, so we've had a little fly at drone. Sun's just going down now. Glorious evening. I've only dropped one. I've made one slight mistake, and I don't think I've ever made this on a camp before, because normally I'm pretty methodical in the way I go through things on a list. But somehow I thought I'd packed 2 gas. I normally have a gas and a spare gas, and there's not a right lot in this. So God knows how long I want to get. If it don't work, it won't be no dehydrated meal. It'll just be crisps and chocolate by the looks of it. So one way or another, I mean, a good job I had sausage butters before I set off, so it won't bend up well. Then I've got some wine, and I've got a little drop of whiskey as well, so I'll be okay one way or another. But I hope I can get at least a brew and my dehydrated meal out of it. That'd be really good. But yeah, wonderful evening. Really enjoying this. It's just magic. It really is. Got to tell you that real termite beef stew meal were absolutely fabulous. Really good. I mean, they're expensive, but you know, I don't go that often, so I think I'm worth it. So we're definitely getting some more of them. But yeah, give them a try if you can afford it. So without any further ado, let's get on to the joke of the trip. So there's this lad, and right from an early age, he's absolutely obsessed with tractors. He has tractor books, he has toy tractors, he has a toy farm to play with his tractors on his toy farm. He goes to tractor shows, he goes to agricultural shows, he goes to agricultural dealers to look at tractors. Absolutely obsessed with tractors. And anyhow, this continues for lots of years until when he's about 13, 14, he sees this old fire engine going down the road. And he says to his dad, he says, that's it, I've had enough with tractors. I want to get into fire engines, big style. He says, really? He says, yeah. He says, and to be honest with you, I says, I actually think I want to be a fireman. He says, well, if that's what you want, you know, by all means. It's a bit of a shock. After all them years, I thought you were set on your tractors. So he said, no, fire engines is where it's at. So anyway, it shows that he's really serious about it because he really tries hard in exams. And 3 or 4 years later, lo and behold, he gets accepted into fire service. And he does his basic training, and then he's back in fire station after a few days, and they get this call out to this listed building, and it's on fire. And there's some people upstairs and all that are at risk, and buildings at risk, and all of a sudden it don't look like it's going very well. Anyhow, this young lad turns around to Chief Fire Officer and says, look, he says, I think I can really help with this. He says, would you allow me to go into the building? And he goes, well, I shouldn't do really. He says, but if you honestly think you can help, he says, but obviously make sure you come out, and I need to, you know, keep you safe. He says, oh yeah, don't worry about it. So he goes into this building, and just before he goes inside, he exhales all his breath, and he goes in the building, and he breathes in really deeply, and it sucks in all the smoke and all the oxygen, and the fire goes out. Absolutely remarkable. The building's saved, the people are saved, everybody's cheering. You know, they can't believe it. He's getting put on people's shoulders. They all think he's absolutely out of this world. And Chief Fire Officer goes up to me and he goes, you know what? He says, I've been in this service for over 30 years, and I don't think I've ever seen anything as remarkable as that. He said, I've got to ask. He says, how on earth could you do that? He said, how did you pull that off? He said, oh, don't worry about it. He says, it's easy. He said, I'm an extractor fan. I'll just leave that right there. Right, so a bit of news. I've been absolutely, I don't know, ill for about 5-6 weeks, and I'm still coughing a little bit. I've got a bit of active coughing. And you know what? I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's flu or whether it's COVID or whatever it is, but it's an absolute blinking nightmare. And it's only really this last week or so I started feeling even remotely normal, but that cough's still there. So I think I've got a little while to go yet, but I'm glad I'm back out and at it. So that's put me down a little bit. Probably not helped by the fact if I've been finishing my cellar off, which is actually now complete, which is absolutely over the moon. It's taken about 3 years to do, but I'm absolutely buzzing with it. It looks fantastic. I've even got a little place to store a few bottles of wine, which is absolutely great. So all good. But yeah, so I've been a little bit out of action. I don't suppose applying varnish and stuff like that is particularly good for your lungs neither. But yeah, that's why I've been a little bit, you know, not been able to get out. And then also, you know, weather's been equally shocking. So, you know, been waiting for a bit of a window to strike good. So that's why we're going to let today pass. I'm going to go and try to go this week. And if it's good next week, I might go again. So yeah, that's a little bit of news, bring you up to date. Right, so a couple more things while we've still got some daylight. Sun's just setting, as you can see, background. It's quite beautiful, really. But I'm getting ready to get settled down now. I'm just getting stuck into wine, and I'm just relaxing. But I can tell you, I'm not being late tonight. So the next thing up is fact or fiction. So the name of the tent maker, Van Gogh, came about in 1963 with the acquisition of the tent manufacturer James McRaith. The owner, Alistair Moody, decided to call it Van Gogh because James McRaith was based in Govan. So it's an acronym of Govan. But what I'm asking you is that fact or is that fiction? Leave your comment below, don't cheat, and see if you can guess. Right, so now on to the album of the trip. So the album of the trip is one that I downloaded a while ago, and it's the Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. It's a really, you know, all the favourites are on there, what have you, but there's some really ones that I've never heard of. So there's one called Blessed, and it's got some lyrics in it, something along the lines of, my words trickle down from a wound I have no intention to heal. I mean, absolutely fabulous songwriter, Paul Simon. But the only thing that I don't like about Paul Simon is the fact that he sulked without Garfunkel. And I can sort of see where he was coming from. He's obviously peed off that, you know, this other guy's getting all credit and he's not writing songs. But let me make one thing clear. Paul Simon, on his own, would have never, ever got what he was without Art Garfunkel. That man's voice is absolutely out of this world, and he definitely deserves the credit for his part in the equation. So I'm glad they've kissed and made up. That's what it's all about, a fantastic partnership. But yeah, that's the album of the trip. Interestingly enough, our tuning into, just flicking through, you know, UK wild camping YouTubers, and obviously the guru that is Paul Mesner has come out with the bombshell that he might be moving a little bit away from camping, because if I think he feels a little bit like, you know, what's that Beatles song? There is nothing a song that hasn't been sung, and you know, nothing you do that can't be done. So I basically think he feels like there's that many people at it now that, in respect, is trying to go and do something unique is obviously getting trickier and trickier and trickier. And I mean, I find that on my own camps is I try and pick ones that are maybe not quite so popular, because I want their solitude, but also I want to, you know, offer a little bit of something different. But it's getting harder and harder because there's a lot of people at it. I think what Paul's doing is moving away to do other things, which I totally get, and I've always done on my channel. You know, so obviously I do the history blogs. You know, I've done local history and further afield. I've done obviously the tours of the pubs in Edinburgh, and obviously Manchester. The Manchester video now has got nearly 8,000 views. Absolutely incredible. But yeah, I think the most important thing is that your channel reflects what makes you happy, and this is what it's all about. I think the time that when it starts becoming like a chore, that you need to really think about whether it's the, you know, what you're doing is right. And I think Paul's obviously done that. Differences for him compared to us normal people is it's actually now paying him a living. So in respect, he obviously now feels he's got an obligation, which I always said this, and I didn't want to sound like I was putting him down, because, you know, good luck to him, but I think when you make your hobby your employment, there's always a risk that at some point it might, you know, not quite fulfill you in the same way that it did. But, you know, fair play to him. I hope his viewers keep following, because I think he's going to do some exciting stuff by the sounds of it. So yeah, the only thing I would say in all is, you could have knocked me over with a feather when he told me he was 50. I can't believe that I'm older than him. But anyhow, there you go. He must have had an hard paper around there. Right. I've nearly finished wine now, so that's like, so I'm going to get in my sleeping bag, I think, and call it a draw. So I'm going to say good night now. I might come back on if I don't fall asleep, but in case I do fall asleep, yeah, good night, and we'll see you in the morning. Right, good morning all. A really good night's sleep. Stars were incredible last night. I tried to get some pictures on, but weren't really that successful, so I won't be bothering putting them up, I don't think. But yeah, really good sleep. I sort of dozed off till about 11 o'clock, and then woke up, finished off my wine and my whiskey, played a few vibes, and then got back off about 12:15. Slept right through till 5. Opened my eyes, checked the clock at 5 o'clock, closed my eyes, woke up again about 6:15. So it's I've been surprised. So I just had some porridge and a coffee, and sun's not far off coming up, I don't think. So I might set up a camera and just see if we can see sunrise coming. And then I'm going to get packed up, and we're going to get on his way over to hike up Nick, so that should be good. I want to sort of get round and get down and get back home today. So I think Mrs. A is making us a meal tonight, so I want to make sure I'm in good time. But yeah, so far absolutely fabulous. Right, so we're all packed up. Sun's just come up, so looking really lovely. Obviously, as always, leave no trace. I know I'll say this about all my cats, but yeah, another absolutely Bobby Dazzler. What a lovely, beautiful Easter Sunday morning. So we're now going to head over to hike up Nick. Hopefully this will be something worth seeing, and if this sun stays up, and hopefully this wind will stay down, I can get my drone up as well. So yep, all to look forward to. Right, I just go to Little Rundale Tarn, which is quite pretty, just over there. So I've just been down there, and there's water everywhere. There's another tarn here, so got tarns everywhere. But yeah, it's glorious in sunshine, a bit of breeze, but like I say, and a bit cool. But that's in some ways good because it's stopping me sweating. But yeah, not I don't know, probably half a kilometre to a kilometre over to hike up Nick, so it shouldn't be too long. But yeah, really glorious this morning. This is going to absolutely blow you away. Absolutely unbelievable. Just look at that. Wow. is just absolutely incredible. I don't know if I dare risk putting drone up where I want to, because look at that. We'll see. Right, I don't know if you're getting this or not, but just what an absolutely incredible view from here. Just a shame that the mist is just coming in a little bit too much, but yeah, I mean, worth the trip. Absolutely magnificent. So I'm going to try and get the drone up and see what we can get. I think it's going to burn through, but I haven't really got time to wait, but anyhow, we'll see. Just starting to burn off a little bit now, so fingers crossed you get a little bit more of a view. I just managed to get drone up, got a right little bit of footage, so fingers crossed that's going to be worth seeing. But I'm just going to give it another 10 minutes and just see if it burns through one more. If it goes up one more time, it could clear it, because it's nearly there now. So we'll have another 5 minutes and then we're going to get on his way either way. But quite spectacular, definitely worth coming here if you get a chance to come in. It's not a big walk from Dufton either, up the Pennine Way path. Oh, I thought we were going to start breaking through then, just as I started to walk back down, which it is doing now. It's breaking through a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. But I don't know whether it's enough to make any more of a dramatic picture. Just a little bit of something to tell you. There's a thing called Nickel's Chair, or Nickel Chair there, that's a little stone outcrop, and apparently I love stuff of legends like this. So apparently some old cobbler used to come up here and cobble on that rock, so people go out and sit on it and pretend that they're nickel. But yeah, you can keep that one for today. I'm not going to bother. But yeah, Nickel's Chair. Oh, by the way, Backstone Edge is the name that we got for the fell that we was on last night, so at least we got a name for it in the end. Right, so we've just got back to the village of Dufton now. Absolutely fabulous Wildcamp and walk. Really loved it. It's a clear day now, so I wish I'd stayed in bed a little bit longer, and then I could have got to see Hike Up Nick, but maybe next time it gives me a reason to come back. But yeah, thank you for watching the channel. I hope you enjoyed it, and you know, if you could subscribe, that'd be wonderful. I had a real surge of subscribers over the last month or so, so thank you ever so much. But until next time, take care of yourselves, and we'll catch up soon.